Welcome back to the second episode of the Aussie Predicts NFL. I apologize for not having any videos uploaded since the last Aussie Predicts episode. I just didn't want to have to rush the quality of the surprise video, and I've been recovering from getting my wisdom teeth removed. Also, I've unfortunately made the decision to cancel your bi-weekly sports segment with a dog, because I felt like posting that once every other week along with the weekly prediction videos as a sports overload. And I want to be able to reach out into subjects besides sports 3 times every other week. Moving on to the beef of the video, my predictions. Last week I went 9-7, which isn't too shabby for week 1, but I've got to improve in the upcoming weeks. To kick off the week, as always, with Thursday Night Football, I had the Cleveland Browns beating the Bengals 23-20, and the actual outcome was a 35-30 victory for the Browns. So I was correct, but more points were scored than I anticipated. Moving on to NFL Sunday, the New York Giants will take on the Chicago Bears. Neither team looked real impressive last week, and I don't know what to expect from these two teams down the line. But for now, I've got the home team Chicago Bears beating the Giants 30-28. Then the Rams will have to travel across the country to Philadelphia to play with the Eagles. The Rams just came off a close victory over an injury-filled Cowboys team, and the Eagles blew a 17-0 lead against Washington. After witnessing the pressure Dak Prescott faced last week from the Rams' defensive line, I see them getting in the backfield again against a terrible Eagles offensive line. Rams win 24-16. Continuing on with the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys host the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons' defense recently got blown away by Russell Wilson's passing attack, so hopefully the Cowboys' dominant wideout trio can do the same. Both teams are going to give it their all to not start off with an 0-2 record, but even with all the injuries the Cowboys have sustained, I think they'll be victorious with a 34-27 final. Then we've got the Carolina Panthers going down south to Tampa to take on a division rival, the Buccaneers. Brady didn't seem to connect well with his receivers in his first game against the Saints, but on Sunday he'll get to play at home in Raymond James Stadium for the first time versus a much worse Panthers squad. I think the offense as a whole will thrive in this one as they take care of the Panthers 31-21. Look, I don't have to say anything about this one. 49ers win 28-14. Next up, the Broncos will battle with the Steelers. Denver played well against the Titans, but they came up short to a team that made it to the conference championship last season. And Pittsburgh started off slow, but definitely had a great finish with Big Ben turning things around again. Phillip Lindsay and potentially Cortland Sutton out for the game. I don't see them getting anything done against the Steel Curtain. Steelers win this one 27-13. Now for the first game where both teams won last week, the Jacksonville Jaguars will take the road trip to Nashville to take on the Titans. The Titans struggled against the Broncos, as I expected, but still ended up with the victory. And everybody thought the Colts would win. They had the lead for most of the game, but most analysts forgot about Phillip Rivers' inability to finish football games. Titans running back Derrick Henry always seems to pull off his spectacular outings on this team, and I think he'll have another great day pounding the rock in week 2 with a 24-21 victory over the Jags. Moving on to an NFC division rivalry, the Lions will make their annual road trip to Lambeau Field where they play the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are legit. The Lions are illegit. This will be an easy peasy lemon squeezy 38-24 victory for Green Bay. Back on over to the AFC. The Bills head southwards to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami to play the Dolphins. The Bills look remarkable against the Jets. As for the Dolphins, I think it's Tua time. Bills win 30-16. Finally, for the last noon game, 2 losers go head-to-head as the Colts host the Vikings. Both of the franchises will be making pushes for the playoffs, and it'll be tough to see one of these teams start off 0-2. But the Vikings are flat out the better team, even though Kirk Cousins has no receivers to throw to except for Adam Thielen. Vikings win 41-25. Now for the Sunday afternoon trio of games, Washington will head west to try and upset the Cardinals. Do I think they should shock the world 2 weeks in a row? Nope. There won't be any mental breakdowns for the Cardinals offense as they soar over the football team 24-7. Then there's the matchup we've all been waiting for. It's the two youngsters, Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson, repping the Ravens and the Texans. Now listen here. Remember last Sunday when they held the Browns offense to 6 points? And they'll be going against the Texans offense that simply looks dysfunctional with the loss of DeAndre Hopkins. I hate to say it, this one's going to be brutal. The Ravens will slaughter the Texans by a final score of 42-14. And of course, can't forget about the Chargers making their debut in SoFi Stadium versus the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs. And they definitely picked up right where they left off, dominating the Texans in Week 1. And with the addition of Clyde Edwards-Helaire into the backfield, they are unstoppable. Chargers quarterback Tyrod Taylor won't be able to keep up as they get defeated 37-21. Afterwards, the Patriots will fly across the country to Seattle as they compete with the Seahawks. It's going to be interesting to see what Cam Newton will look like against a legitimate opponent for the first time since 2018, and how Russell Wilson will play against a stacked Patriots defense. This one is definitely my game of the week, but the Seahawks always find a way to win at home. Seahawks win 27-20. And lastly, the Monday night game, the Raiders will make their debut in their new home, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Yes, that's right, the lottery capital of the world finally has a football team. Who would they be taking on? A Super Bowl contending Saints squad. Do I have these Saints winning? You bet I do. The Raiders will come back to the reality of moving to a new city and stadium doesn't make your team any better. Saints come out on top 44-36. Now, surprisingly enough, looking back, I don't think I have any upsets this week. So perhaps that's the upset in and of itself. Do y'all as the viewers want to make predictions of your own? If so, then tell me who you think will win in the comments section. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I know I'm staring at a solid number 69. Nice. But it'd be better to increase that number. Also, I've got a new reward exclusive for patrons, which is y'all will now get to see me do video game playthroughs. I'll still finish off the draft round tournament and one other men's series on my public channel, but after that, all gaming content will be on my Patreon. The link to become my first patron today is in the description box down below. Your donations would mean so much to me. That's enough of me promoting my channel. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.